Welcome back to 24/7 Kansas City Sports. I am your host, Miles Dawkins, and today it has been a long time since I talked to this brother, but today I am blessed by the presence of Living from 510, GM of the Kansas City Royals. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing awesome. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing pretty good, man. It is a true blessing to have you back in studio so we could talk some more Kansas City Royals baseball.
Oh, yeah.
So, when we left off, you guys were taking on St. Louis. It was a mini series. You guys played 2 in Kansas City, 2 in St. Louis, and it was kind of how I thought it would go. You guys won 2 in Kansas City, you lost 2 in St. Louis. What are your thoughts on that series real quick?
It's kind of what we expected. I mean, St. Louis is a great team, and I'm happy the way that it went. Obviously, we would have liked to win another one in St. Louis, but the fact that we won 2 at home doesn't really bother me that much.
Yeah, it's definitely. Then you guys go, you play Texas, right? You guys go 2-1 there, but let's just jump into the Minnesota series. You guys go 1-2, but the bright spot yet again is Santana. This guy has to be the MVP of your rotation because this guy is just out of his mind every time he goes to the mound. I mean, he went 8 innings deep, 7 Ks, and then you also got Mike Taylor doing his thing. I mean, talk about that win versus Minnesota.
It was a huge win. The fact that we were able to get a stellar outing from Santana, obviously early on in the season, we were thinking about getting rid of this cat. So now that he's actually establishing himself as a solid pitcher for us, something that we need, getting rid of Shields, it's awesome. And the fact that we were able to get one against a very high-powered offensive team like the Minnesota Twins is a great win for us. I mean, obviously, 1-2 isn't the best, but at this point we're trying to tread water until we get a lot of our people back from injury.
All right, so let's jump into the Houston series. You guys go 2-1. Thought you guys were going to go 3-0, sweep them, but it is what it is. Wade Davis had another outstanding outing, and Mike Taylor continues to do his thing. But I want to talk about the draft. You guys picked up 2 big-time prospects, Floyd Galvin from Franklin D. Roosevelt High and Bartolo Browning from the University of Stanford. He's a pitcher. Galvin, he's a third baseman. Why don't you talk about these prospects real quick?
Sure. Floyd, we really liked out of high school. You know, we went to his house, we talked to his parents, we liked his mentality and his approach to the game. And basically, we wanted him to commit to us because we really felt like he could jump right into the major leagues. That's something that we really did. We wanted to draft him high. Luckily, he was still there on the board when our pick came. Bartolo, unbelievable. You know, I mean, Stanford has been known to produce great pitchers, and we need help in the bullpen. We're excited to have him. Obviously, his experience in college has helped him mature more than people who have just come out of high school.
Yeah, man, I think Floyd Galvin's a 19-year-old third baseman. His ceiling is so high right now. That was a great pickup. And then Bartolo Browning out of Stanford, like you said, he's already polished. You kind of already know what you're going to get from him, you know what I mean? And I have a question from Twitter. Now, we usually don't do this because I ain't TMZ. I don't go off rumors. But anyways, he said, this is Matt Hoffman from Twitter, at Matt Hoffman. He wants to know, is there any truth that you are bringing up Browning and Galvin straight off the draft instead of going to the minor leagues and bringing up another prospect?
That is completely true. We think they're MLB ready, and with Moustakas having some trouble at third base, you want Galvis to come in there and really provide some backup as well as some pressure on Moustakas and hopefully get his back going. And with our struggles in the bullpen, Browning having that experience in college and really producing at a high level there, we felt like he was able to springboard himself all the way to the majors. And if he doesn't work out, we feel like we can send him down to AAA and he can get his stroke back, his pitching stroke, and then jump right back to the majors.
All right, little problem. Before I get you up out here, we actually have a caller on the line all the way from Topeka, Kansas. I thought it was my baby mama. I was scared, but it's not. We got Joe Smith on the line. How you doing?
I'm doing just Miles. Thanks for having me. And as for you, Mr. GM, living from 510, why haven't you got rid of Collins yet? He's a worthless piece of trash. I'd rather have a bag of peanuts than have him on my team. Michael Jordan is a better GM than you, or The Rocker, or Stone Cold Steve Austin. Hell, even Hulk Hogan can do a better job than you. What is your thought on not even getting rid of Collins?
Well, Livin, what you got to say about that?
Ooh, I'm kind of speechless, you know, but I kind of feel like there's a lot of anger here. I feel like we need to bring Dr. Phil in to calm everything down. But before that happens, I just want to explain to you that I do care about what the fans think. And it really makes me feel kind of excited that there's this amount of emotion with this team. And obviously, I'm the first one to say Collins has been struggling. You know, I've made it very evident in all my press conferences that Collins needs to step it up. Now, if he's starting to piss off the fans and it's already started to piss off the team, then maybe it's time to let him go. And we have people, obviously with Browning coming in, we have people who can slide into that spot. So he's not as necessary as he was early on in the year, especially with us starting to lose games that we should be winning because of him. So the door is definitely open if a team were to come and say, hey, we're going to give you this guy for Collins. You know what I mean? So it's a possibility, and I'm definitely open to it, and I appreciate the phone call, even though it was a little bit hostile.
Well, there you have it. You have done a great job with this team so far. Getting CC in the beginning of the year, trading Shields to get Dustin Pedroia. You have done a phenomenal job, so I'm not going to question this move. I'm going to let the guys do what they have to do on the field to prove that you were right in this situation. But best of luck tonight versus the Detroit Tigers, and we'll talk to you next time.
Thanks a lot, man. What a crazy couple days, from drafting people to getting excited about it to having people constantly criticize my decisions, okay? And I understand that there's a system in place. They have to earn their stripes. But you know what? I'm the GM of this team, and I feel like the people on my staff are replaceable, and luckily we were able to draft some people who could replace them. That's all I'm going to say. I'm a trailblazer, all right? And I'm going to change the system, so I did bring up Browning, and I did bring up Galvis, and I hope that they can come in and provide that spark that we need to get us to the next level. We're a playoff team. I want to slip. Here's the lineup for the Detroit Tigers. Offense, 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 and then you add in a Triple Crown in there, and a potential home run derby champion every year in Prince Fielder. You're in trouble. Santana needs to pitch like he did in his last start if we are to have a chance. First inning, Santana, 0-2 count. Gets this guy swinging. Goodbye, bruh. Can't even touch that slider. Take some meat and pine back to the dugout. Here's our defense. I mean, what can you say? It's not the best, but obviously if you can highlight someone, you're going to highlight Dustin Pedroia because of his pure effort. And Michael Taylor getting more playing time. 1 out in the first. Santana deals, gets this guy to lace a single right to Kane. So early on, Santana not really having his stuff, but luckily here he gets this guy to smack one right to Lorenzo Kane, and he gets out of the inning. So he gives up 1 hit, but no damage. So he sneaks out of the first, and our offense looking to produce. Here is the lineup. Obviously, the averages leave a lot to be desired, but one average that does stand out to me is Michael Taylor hitting 276, 4 RBIs. I'm moving him slowly up the lineup. I'm looking for his power to grow into him, and I think that he will, and that will be a great job by him and a great job by the GM, I'm just saying. So Santana gives up a single in the second inning with 2 outs. Unfortunately, he's having trouble closing out the innings here. Again, he gives up another single up the middle. Pedroia not able to get that one, and Kane does. Fires it in the infield, but now again, Santana in trouble. So 2 outs, and this one laced up the middle again. We just have a net in the middle because that's all they're doing. Kane luckily is able to fire this one home and keep everyone on the bases, and now the bases are loaded. Santana really struggling early on. 2 balls, no strike count. Luckily, he gets this guy to fly out to Gordon, and he sneaks out of the inning. But it's not looking good for Santana. 4 hits already through 2, and we are without a hit. And we go again without a hit. Santana in the 3rd inning gives up another hit. This one lays to Taylor. Taylor fires at the first, but not in time. Here, 3rd inning, 1 out. This one laced up the middle once again. So Santana not having his stuff today. Maybe the scouting report is out. I'm not sure. Santana gives up another hit. No, this is not the same highlight. This is a different highlight. He does get the out of second base because of Kane's great arm, but he gives up a run, and it is already 1-0. Santana gives up another hit. I'm like a broken record here. But luckily, Santana gets this guy to the ground to Gio Vitello. Gio Vitello straightens up, fires it to Butler, and Santana gets out of the inning, but the damage is already done. 7 hits, 1 earned run, through 3 innings. Our offense looking to get some offense on the board. Here, Giovatella gets this one. And you die, bruh. You mess up. Guess what? Those high socks gonna be kicking this dirt up as he runs all the way to third base and gets a triple with no outs to lead off the inning. So a great opportunity for us now to tie the ball game. Lorenzo Cain takes this pitch, laces it for a single, and he gets Giovatella home. Lorenzo Cain is really in the lineup because he can do that type of stuff. You know, he can get hot, and maybe this will get him hot because he is a stellar player. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, obviously Michael Taylor is the future. Okay, Lorenzo Cain can also be part of the future, but he needs to do what he's been doing, like in that at bat. Here, Pena. You don't expect anything from Pena unless you know there's a bag of potato chips in front of him. So he just lays down a bunt, moves the runner over. Here, Pedroia, unfortunately, with 2 outs, grounds out, and we don't get anything there. Except for that 1 run from Lorenzo Cain's clutch single. Now, Santana on the mound in the 5th. 1 out, 0-2 count. Guess what, bruh? Nasty? Yeah. As nasty as that moldy bread in the back of your refrigerator. Looks like it's going to be out of the zone. Comes in there, you looking, and now you're going back to the dugout crying to your pops because you just got struck out by Santana. Here, Gordon getting his exercise for the day and grabs this one. So Santana, after a rough couple of innings, now settling down in the 7th inning with no outs. He gets this one right to Pedroia, but Pedroia was sleeping or something. I'm not sure. And unfortunately, Santana now in a little bit of a pickle. But here, Giovatella fires to the 2nd. Pedroia to 1st. Not in time, and we only get 1 out in the 7th. But Santana still, you know, I mean, that should have been a double play. Here he gets a fly out. Pedroia gets in position, and he gets the 3rd out of the inning. So Santana still keeping it a very, very close game at 1-1. Here, Butler looking to change that. Laces this one into the gap for a double as he gets those knees up and gets to 2nd base. So now, again, we have a chance to get some offense going. Billy Butler having a great June. Actually, to be honest with you, he's having a great year. But now, Carter, someone who has been in the lineup every single day, laces this one for a single, and Butler, he's kind of slow, but he gets home and he slides and gets dirty and gives us a 2-1 lead. Great job by Carter. Just going with the pitch. If it's right down the middle, guess what, man? Don't try to hit it out. Just go with it right back up the middle. Great hitting and great running by Mr. Butler there, because I know that he was digging into the buffet early on in the pregame, but he gets there and gives us the lead. Great job by our 2 stars of the team. And then, unfortunately, right here, grounds into a double play. Moustakis, I mean, this is becoming a problem here. Taylor, unfortunately, just gonna fly out. So after the 2 stars get the offense going, Moustakis hits into a double play, and Taylor unfortunately flies out. But our stars did what they're supposed to do to give us lead. Here, Santana unfortunately gets taken deep by the big boy with the beard, Prince Fielder, for his 11th homer of the season. 406 feet. You can hear the boos in the stadium. Just need to get back on the horse here. Santana, 8th inning, 2 outs, 0-1 count, and he gives up a single. Taylor able to get there and fire it in. But now Santana, again, you can see the fatigue getting in there. He's pitched a lot of pitches. He's had a lot of stress on his mind, but here, luckily, he gets the out. Just a lazy fly ball with center fielder, and he gets out of the inning. So through 8, 10 hits. That's a little bit worrisome, but he's only given up 2 runs, and one of those was a bomb by Prince. Here, Giovatella still hitting the ball, baby, gets this single, and now maybe he's a little bit of a spark plug for our offense today. And then Gordon, unfortunately, he has been inconsistent this whole year, you know, and it's becoming a problem as he just hits a lazy fly ball and we don't get any offense going here. And then in the 9th with 2 outs, Giovatella dives, grabs this one, fires the first. Did he do it? Yeah, no, he didn't. That's safe. So unfortunately, Jackson legs this one out, and we still need Holland to get us out of the inning. Here, Pedroia not able to get that one. So Holland in a little bit of a pickle here, 2 men out. but he has 2 people on base. And this one, luckily, he gets right to Billy Butler, and Billy Butler goes first and gets the out. So Holland gets out of the inning. Heart beating pretty fast. Mine too. Here we go. Bottom of the 9th. Dustin Pedroia gets this one. Laces this one for a single. He's going for 2. Hold up. Wait a minute. Get back to first, man. Alright, so now with 2 outs, Hosmer, unfortunately, pinch hitting, just going to hit a lazy fly ball. He's lost his starting job, and I hope that he could come up and be clutch, but he can't. So we go to the 10th inning, and here, guess who I brought in? Guess whose first out this is? That's right, it's the prospect. First out is going to be a lazy fly ball to Lorenzo Cain, and then this one, 1-2 count. Guess what, bruh? You done. You just got struck up by a 22-year-old phenom, and now there are 2 outs in the 10th. And here, Browning going to work again with that fastball low and away, and he strikes out 2 out of the first 3 batters that he faced. You liking it? I'm liking it. Bottom of the 10th, Gio Vitello with 1 out up the middle. He just keeps hitting, man. Like, this is I'm liking this. So with 1 out, he gets that single. Then Lorenzo Cain gets this one, grounds it to fielder, and fielder just going to get 1 now. He's not going to get anyone else. So now Gio Vitello in scoring position here. Pena, Mr. Pena with the single up the middle, and Gio Vitello going home, going home. Austin Jackson with the throw, not in time, off the mark, and guess what? Pena, baby, gets the winning RBI walk-off in significant style. He's not that excited about it. He's staying cool and collected, but we do have to give the player of the game to Mr. Pena. He had a sacrifice bunt and the winning RBI. Alright, I can't say that with a straight face, but hey, good job, good going, Mr. Pena. Santana, those hits are a little bit worrisome, even though he was able to keep this high-powered offense to only 2 runs. Those hits were very, very worrisome. But I definitely have to mention Gio Vitello. I mean, this was a guy who lost his starting job to Jemiah Weeks and then eventually to Dustin Pedroia, but now he is taking over that shortstop job now with Escobar out. And if he keeps hitting like this, his defense has gotten a little bit better, and his high socks are definitely a fashion statement. He could get some more playing time as well. I'm just saying. But here, now we got a little bit of an issue, and you may need a tissue. Jemiah Weeks coming back from the DL. It's all about who's hot. That's where I'm going to start, because we need to get some wins.